Dang it. Man, get up, dude. You broke something.
I didn't break anything. Y'all crazy, man. It made a noise, but it didn't break. Look, it's back there.
Hey, hold on. Just chill out a second. Just chill out. It's going to be okay, but I think you broke something. Don't be offensive or defensive.
Don't be offensive. Oh, yeah, it's the front piece, I think.
Oh, goodness.
It's okay.
Custom-made desk here. Perfect height, perfect width, exactly what we need. Ever since the Mythical show. Ladies and gentlemen, you just witnessed what may be...
break. It moved the board a little bit. It didn't break. I mean, if it broke, it wouldn't be standing anymore.
What is that right there? Did that...
That's from the board.
Oh.
It just came out of my mouth.
Man. Yeah, I mean, you've got a sickness. I'm not drinking after you. I've got a little bit of a sickness, too.
I got it.
Just let me read this to you, okay? I think it's better if I just present this to you because this is a fan fiction about you.
Okay.
I have nothing to do with this. Dear Rhett and Link, I'm delighted to say that I have finished reviewing the attached first 2 chapters of The Dreamwalker.
That was my nickname in high school. It is about me.
I attend college in Cookeville, Tennessee, where I study English and have a concentration in writing. My occupational choice is kind of ironic because I used to hate to read when I was younger. Sending you my work is something I would not normally chance. But I came to a resolution. If I never put my work out there, I will never go anywhere. Why not start now? Brittany. Okay, so Brittany has made... I don't think she would characterize it as a fan fiction.
Well, her name is Bethany, first of all. I mean, I can't... I will read over your shoulder, but, I mean, you don't want me to read it, but you just called her Brittany, just so you know.
It kind of looked like Brittany to me, but now it doesn't. It looks totally like Bethany. Sorry. Okay, I call this a fan fiction, and I might have been loose with my terms, but and I'm just gonna read chapter 2. I
act it out?
only read a little bit of this ahead of time, so I don't know what we're stepping into here. I just know it has something to do with a dream.
Okay. Do you want me to act it out?
No, I just want you to react to it with facial expressions. I have no clue where this is going, is all I'm saying.
I'm gonna start like this.
I mean, if you want to read some of it, you can.
This is my first expression.
Do you know that feeling you get and you feel like you're falling off of a building or something? Not long after I fell asleep, this feeling consumed me. Usually, you wake up in a panic. I think this is you talking.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing my faces.
Usually wake up in a panic and get to realize that it's not real. This time, I did not have that luxury. I kept falling. Panic was rapidly surging through my body as I fell into oblivion of blackness. What was going to be at the bottom? Was there even a bottom to get to? The black abyss started to ascend to white. I thought I was dying. All I remember thinking was that I was not ready to go yet. In my dreams, my thoughts are extremely vivid. See, this is a dream.
I don't want to keep acting it out.
Just as I was on the verge of hysteria, something pushed me over the edge. Big letters appeared in the whiteness. Yep, this is the end for you.
Skywriting.
I felt like I was in some foundation of an infinite torture. All of a sudden, everything stopped. I did not feel like something was sucking me into oblivion, and there was absolutely no noise. I looked around in the burning intensity of the whiteness. JK. See, yep, this is the end for you, JK. Just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm a little lost myself, but I think it's my fault, not hers.
Well, you're starting with chapter 2. Maybe that's the point.
Chapter 1 was not the dream. It was something else.
It was a prologue.
The area that I was in began to crumble, and I was pulled through a portal, or what I believed to be a portal. I saw a body of water awaiting me as I dropped. Oh man, I don't swim very well. Of course this would happen. Instead of dropping into a tirade of waves, I smacked right into solid ground with a thud. Dazed, I examined my surroundings before I even thought of getting up. I knew that my back would probably prevent me from getting up with ease, so I laid there until I could get an estimate of my pain scale. Nothing happened. I pulled together the gall to pull myself up from the oceanic solidity beneath me. I braced myself for that awful radiating pain to hit me. Nothing. What? I had no pain at all? Couch is making noises. I had no pain at all except for my infinite confusions. in confusion. I have had some pretty strange dreams in my time, but I have never had anything like this. The sky was a rich purple hue. The ocean was apparently solid. The air had a peculiar smell. It smelled a lot like... bacon. Where am I?
Smell like what?
Bacon. I took uneasy steps on the solid rock until I reached a patch of blue grass. I eyed it warily. If the ocean was solid, the grass had to be liquid, but it looked pretty convincing. I extended my foot to step on the grass. Stop! A small, squeaky voice yelled. Stop! I looked around, taken aback. Who's there?
Who's there?
Down here! I looked down and saw a little golden furred cat with huge green eyes staring at me. Who are you? I asked.
Who are you?
Completely disregarding that I was speaking to a cat. Mr. Fluffles, he squeaked. Of course.
Of course.
Mr. Fluffles' eyes turned blood red as he grew into a huge mutant-like cat on steroids. What's that supposed to mean, Rhett? What's that supposed to mean, Rhett? He growled darkly. Man, I'm lost. I could feel my heart in my throat, and it was desperate to make an escape into this freak show of a world. Nothing, I stammered. He sunk back into his normal size. Oh. Good, he chimed in his small voice. Oh, your mind is controlling the size of the cat.
My mind is controlling the size of this cat.
Now you don't want to step on the grass until it turns red. Otherwise, you will be drawn down into the troll's lair. Trust me, you do not want to go down there. It smells bad.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, I managed.
Thanks.
Trying to take in everything that the morphing cat was saying. The grass turned red and he prompted me to follow him. I tailed him hesitantly. Mr. Fluffles led me through a thick jungle made of bacon strips. At least I found out where that fantastic aroma was coming from. Fluffles was babbling about something that I was losing interest in. I felt kind of hungry, so I ventured over to one of the gargantuan bacon pillars. Just as I was about to take a bite of the sultry specimen in front of me, Mr. Fluffles was on my head and digging his claws into my temples. No! He screeched. I flailed in pain until I was able to pull him off of my head. What is the big deal?
What's the big deal, Mr. Fluffle?
He crossed his little cat arms. The bacon is not to be eaten until the reaping. It is highly toxic until the exact day. Now, put me down. Duly noted.
Duly noted, Mr. What's his name?
Fluffles.
Fluffles.
I sat him down on the red grass. His golden fur bristled in anger at me for my apparent ignorance. He pranced ahead of me as we exited the toxic bacon jungle. I felt kind of bad for treating him like I did. After a long duration of walking through a city where the buildings levitated at a 90-degree angle, I decided to apologize. Listen, Mr. Fluffles.
I'm sorry, Mr. Fluffles.
Forgiven. What?
What?
No more words. We are reaching the king's palace, he whispered.
Oh, that's what that is.
Dismissing me quickly. I looked ahead and saw a large set of trees. Through them, ropes were strung in a miraculous array. The whole place looked like a brilliant adventure park. I could feel the excitement overpowering me.
This Knott's Berry Farms?
Link and I always wanted a place like this.
Yeah, we've been talking about this for a long time.
Mr. Fluffles hopped onto my right shoulder. You get to go through them, Rhett. I'm just along for the ride. This path will lead you to the king. Awesome.
Awesome.
I climbed the large oak ladder to the top of a scaffold where my first challenge awaited. How much more is there to this? Okay, one more page. It was something that appeared simple, zip-lining. I grabbed the handles and hoped that my resilience would help me survive this. Mr. Fluffles ducked his head down in the hood of my gray jacket as I reared back to run. All at once, I was flying through the trees. As I passed them, they began to carve a peculiar profile into their rich brown trunks. It looked familiar, but I could not place it. I enjoyed the crisp air hitting me as I ran off a pure adrenaline through the course. I got to the 12th and final platform. All of the others had been invigorating zip lines, but this one was different. This was a balance obstacle. Oh, there were no harness, net, or comfortable feeling to be had.
Socket balancing.
Fear crept up my spine as I grabbed the only rope to hold on to. Mr. Fluffles shifted uncomfortably in my hood where he now lay. I took in a deep breath.
It's going to be okay, Mr. Fluffles.
And took my first... He didn't say that.
It's going to be okay, Mr. Fluffles.
You didn't say anything.
You just stay in my hood.
I took in my deep breath and took my first shaking step onto the maple leaf-shaped pedestal. This isn't so bad.
This isn't so bad.
I made my way to the second step.
Right, Mr. Fluffles?
Third, fourth, fifth, Falling. Falling. Safe. 6th step. Ending platform. Mr. Fluffles hopped out of my hood with such vigor that he bounced when he landed. Congratulations, Rhett! You made it all the way to the king's palace. Go in and speak with him. He was insistent that he meet you. By the way, do I sound like Mickey Mouse?
Yeah.
I added that. I patted Mr. Fluffle's head and opened the large oak doors. The place looked like a giant treehouse. The interior looked like a cabin in the mountains.
It's like that
Rich
reality show.
hues of orange, green, red, and brown danced onto the room. It felt like home to me.
It feels mysteriously like
I
home.
walked up the spiral staircase and appeared to be made of maple wood. A set of rose-tinted doors stood before me. I didn't know how to enter a king's room, so I knocked. Enter! Boomed a voice. Once in, my eyes fell upon an empty room except for an occupied throne. On it was a man with piercing blue eyes, dark hair, and an iPhone. He was to be continued. Sounds like me. Sounds like me on the throne. I'm the king. That's what I'm hoping for. Isn't that what you guys were thinking?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Piercing blue eyes, dark hair, and an iPhone. That's me, right?
Well, it didn't say glasses.
Yeah,
Maybe you don't have glasses in the dream world.
it's not me. Unless she hasn't written it yet. All right, that was a fun adventure.
Yeah.
Kind of scary. Adrenaline,
I'm
body odor.
gonna dream about that tonight. Body odor.